Hello again. This is Gary Smith, founder and CEO of BCI Media, also known as Business Consultants International, where we help business owners and those who aspire to become business owners succeed by way of following a process and building a process in order to achieve your goal of business. So today we're going to talk about what does it really take, though, to be a business owner. Other than the skill sets that most of us hear about, skill sets of managing people, skill sets of managing processes and products, quite frankly, also the skill set of managing money. But then there's one other element, if you will, of owning a business, and that is faith. Faith. It takes a lot of faith. And whether you believe or you're a believer or not, it really doesn't matter, because people that own businesses and run businesses, whether they believe in a God or not, they still are operating on a high level of faith. Let's face it, as men, and when I say men, I'm talking about mankind, we have no clue or idea about what's going to happen tomorrow. Matter of fact, most of us don't have any idea about what's going to happen in this next minute. So we have to have faith in believing that, number one, we'll be around for that next moment or that next hour or that next day or what have you. We have to have faith and believe that wherever you are right now, if you just happen to be sitting in a chair, it took faith for you to just sit down and plop in that chair without considering the risks that the chair leg could have fallen, that the chair could have broken, that the chair would not hold you because of your weight, whatever it is. Because you know what? There's risk in everything in life. And there's more risk when you take on the responsibility and the accountability of owning or operating your own business. There's so many people's lives who are going to be dependent upon you. So taking on that big challenge of owning and operating your own business has a lot of responsibility. And it takes faith. It's going to take faith to get you through the dark moments when you're not having enough sales to pay the rent, or you're not having enough growth to even make it worth your while. I used to say that a business that I'm going to be involved in, it has to have enough juice in the squeeze in order for it to make sense for me to even get up that day. Well, unless you have the orange that can produce that juice in the squeeze, then you're going to have a lot of faith that somebody's going to come along and going to want that juice or going to want that service that you have. You see, the climb of success or the gain success, again, and I'm going to hammer this word until hopefully you get it, faith. Now, whether you believe in the Bible or not, I highly recommend that you go to it, because there's a lot of business principles that are in that Bible. But I'm not here to preach to you or teach you. What I am here to do is that to encourage you that when the dark times come, and believe me, they will, from experience, I know that the setbacks and the hard times are going to come, but it makes the good times even better, okay? Because unless you go through something, you'll never get to something. You must have the faith. You must have the resolve to get you through those rough times, the challenges, the hills, the mountains, the no's, the rejections, the dissatisfaction and lost product, lost services. More importantly, if you lose money, do you have the faith and resolve to come back again? Do you have the faith to go knock on that door? Do you have the faith to believe that this is the right business for you? You see, sometimes we double check ourselves, or we question ourselves, is what I'm trying to say here. Sometimes we question ourselves as to whether or not we're in the right profession or not. You see, it's one thing to choose a career, but it's a total different thing to choose your calling, because typically your calling is not your choice. It's God-given. It's something that you're called to do. And many of us can decipher or determine between a calling and a career. There's a lot of people who are in careers today that wasn't called to those careers and find themselves miserable. And so as they begin to try to pivot and transition out of that career into their calling, they run across those obstacles. Those things are going to make you doubt or question whether or not this is really what you're supposed to do. And that's when you're going to need faith. You're going to need a lot of faith from people that may not believe in you. So you're going to need the faith to prove them wrong. Faith in God that knows that, okay, you don't know where the money is going to come from, but you know that if God's giving you the strength and it is your calling to run this business or whatever it is, that some way, somehow, He's going to provide the resources for you. Some way, somehow, He's going to turn this thing around, okay, and where you have what I call hockey stick growth. All right, I've never played hockey, but I know what to stick. And if you look at a hockey stick, it goes like this, and then it's got that growth up and to the right. That's what you want, hockey stick growth. And when you're in a realm of faith, knowing that even though you can't see the next step, but you got enough faith in knowing that you're taking the right step toward achieving your goal. So I want to encourage you and certainly inspire you to not only have the faith, but have the resolve and have the wisdom, ask for the wisdom and gain the knowledge, and by all things, get the understanding of what the responsibility and the accountability means in owning or operating your own business. So until next time, make it count. Make today count, and every day after today. Make every day count. See you at the top.